Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, lucky to get first in the ninth competition for the Christmas event. Preparing for the next one, the final competition for this Christmas event. As usual, do your ship trades for blue maps, use it for building upgrades for population, and then increase your warehouse using those populations. Alright, so now let's enter into the gameplay. This was before the end of the ninth competition. As usual, always concentrate on the reindeers by working on the Christmas factories. Get all the items in the other factories filled to the brim while you have time. So that is really something you can prepare beforehand. And along the way, I really love to collect those star keys, which you can exchange for more items. So now we're gonna use the Christmas factory to run around the clock again to get all the items we require. So far so good. Competitors are not really that active, which makes my life much easier. I'm currently about 27 plus, and I think it's a good hit ahead of the second competitor. So quite a restful night as well. I mean, I didn't really go up constantly to get the trains working. So I'm really happy with the fact that restful day. I think it was all thanks to continuous playing during this holiday season. That gives me a good amount of hits. This ahead of the second competitor. So as usual, reindeers are taking about 2 hours to come back. So that gives you sufficient time once you clear the reindeers to work on beefing up more Christmas items as well as the items in the other factories itself. Alright, so always try to collect those goals if you have enough of those time, but I think it's really critical. You can see my fund balance right now is 57,000. That was down from 200,000 when I claimed it from the event coins itself. So you can see how much I already spent in upgrading all the trains and whatnot. So roughly I think about 150,000. So it's really expensive to upgrade trains. Not only that, need a huge amount of the upgrade buildings, and definitely I'm not going to dismantle any duplicate trains that I have in Canada because of the small fleet that I have. So really like to work on to increase the capacity continuously, but hopefully with the continuous good luck I managed to get more of this legendary trains and epic and rare train as well. So I'm really happy with so far what I've achieved through those 1-star containers. So I'm really also working to get all the stars keys as well as the metal keys. As for star keys is to exchange for more upgrade materials. As for metal keys is really to get those 1-star containers. So meanwhile, getting all the kettles in to produce all the wool that's required, because you all know that it takes some time so to make up those wool. And definitely I think when you have running out and you require lots of them, really you gotta really work and plan out how you're gonna get those wool in, because it takes time to make them. And definitely having a good number of trains to work for you is crucial. So if possible, always and if you're allowed to, based on your levels, get those additional dispatcher, permanent ones I mean, not those temporary ones. With 7 dispatcher right now is really good, and continuously upgrading my trains as well. So the level currently is 207. Leveling up takes wait for a while, because while fighting competitions, leveling up may not be that easy, because you always focus on Santa Claus items, the Christmas items, and of course grabbing those goals and fulfilling all the reindeers requirements are sometimes too tiring and you don't really have much time to do up the rest of the regional work, let alone the Christmas items which fulfill 100% of the Christmas event map. So like I said, there's a good balance. You got to basically strike a balance between whether do you want to win competitions to get more event coins, or do you care about completing the event maps? So for me, I know that completing the event map is an accomplishment, but nonetheless it's just I would say an achievement in a way, but I think practically more important is to get those coins from competition. So I'm always fighting competition, but I'm not too sure whether my mind may change in this last 3 days of the competition, which is the final one because it's a long competition. Even though I don't win it, I may already have sufficient of those coins for items I wanted. So I may look towards getting the maps completed, but that set aside, sometimes once you're into the competitive mode, you tend to forget things that we want to do. So now it's currently at 80 plus percent. Maybe a bit tough for 3 days to push it to 100%. So I'll see how it works out. This eventually I may just go back to competitive mode and fight the last one to get first again, and then hopefully that gives me more of those headquarters points as well. So far there's 9 competitions already. In the first one, when it comes to the reindeer, which is phase 2 itself, I only managed to get second, and then subsequently now I get first again, and the previous one was first. So 8 out of 9 I got first, so I'm quite happy and lucky, must say. But it all thanks to 2 things. I mean, one is definitely starting late. 2, preparation. All you need to do is to prepare beforehand, all the things you require, especially lots of Christmas items, and then after which do not lock into the game. Probably about after 12 hours after the start of the competition, then you're locked into the game, because once you're locked in the game, you are really entered automatically into competition itself. So you gotta bear in mind that, and it doesn't fail me so far. Starting late and preparation work. Unlike the normal phase 1, whereby you can prepare EPs, in the reindeer you can't prepare EPs. So the only way to prepare is to prepare lots of Christmas items stored in a warehouse. Alright, particularly about warehouse spacing. That is something that we got to continuously work on, as I do really appreciate the fact that the fire building technique was taught to us when we read about it, people sharing about fire building technique. So I really want to advocate on a fire building technique that allows me to increase my population. I mean, when I first started the fire building technique, I think it was about 2,000 plus population. Now I'm close to 7,000, all thanks to this fire building technique. I'll be very happy to share with you one day when I hit 10,000 population, which is definitely a milestone. And as for my warehouse, currently it's 3,000. I'm hitting 3,100. If that's the case, that allows me an additional 100 warehouse spacing. That would be quite good use, I must say. So it's really important that you must do your ship trade regularly, get those blue maps, because the blue maps are the only ones that is lacking for me, and I believe for most people as well. And after that is to get those coins, and then you can do your factory upgrades as well as your building upgrades. So once you have that done, you have a good spacing where you can manipulate the additional spacing by using the input and output tray of all the factories. As always mentioned, they are interim warehouse spacing. And I also upgraded my last factory using the gems of 210 gems. All now my 6 factories are fully upgraded. So with the fully upgraded 6 factories, definitely I got all the maximum slots. Not only it aids production, I mean, when you need production to be in place, it also acts as an additional warehouse spacing. So you gotta bear in mind, warehouse is not the only place where you can store stuff, but actually all your 6 core buildings or factories, you can actually store lots of materials in them. Alright, so that's how I always use them to compensate my small warehouse space itself. And of course, if you have just started into the game, I advocate to not rush into level up. Get a good foundation of a strong fleet, upgrade the capacity, upgrade your buildings to get population, upgrade your warehouse. So these are the key fundamentals of playing PlayStation, this TrainStation 2. So really important that you hear this advice, because I wasn't aware of this and I didn't have such an advice given to me until much later when I experienced it myself. As for the mistletoes, I think we are still struggling to get the remaining mistletoes. I'll check out what I have at the end of the 3 days competition, the last one. So you got 4 more hours before it start. I'm not going to lock in anymore, and then probably I'll change, hopefully, an epic train. If not, I'll change for a rare and a common train. So good luck to you in this last competition, and fight really hard to get all those first for the event coins, as well as your points in your headquarters. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.